It's me, Mario!
He's here to keep the show going. AD Shutter keeps on adding. Special guests are here joining, and they all enjoy while playing. We all get so hyped by scoring. We all love a happy ending. I hope you enjoy while watching. Welcome to Bethel Park Gaming.
Hello Bethel Park gamers, welcome to a very special episode of Bethel Park Gaming. It is the 100th and 2-year anniversary episode of Bethel Park Gaming. I would just like to say thank you for all Bethel Park Gamer fans that have been watching all 99 episodes in over 2 years of this series alone. Now I'm going to tell you all how this all happened, and all started in the very early of the pandemic, all the way in May 2020. I was a student at a college called Pittsburgh Technical College in Oakdale, Pennsylvania. And I was on my 8th and final quarter of the 2-year course of video production. And it so happens to be an internship quarter. So I recently discovered this place, BPTV Studios. And I figured that's a pretty easy start for me. So I decided to start there on June 1st, 2020. When I first walked into BPTV Studios, I was greeted by a nice man named Dave Cable, who is the director of the BPTV studio. And during that time period, during the pandemic, he was having a really hard time doing with all the shows by himself. So I decided to tell him to say, hey, if there's any shows that you want me to edit or do, always ask me. I'm here for my internship. And that's where the bonding started. So all of June, July, and August, I've been helping them non-stop, doing great work and learning new technologies and software editing there, that we became best friends. And then as the time comes, new interns and volunteers would come over here and help us as well. I have done basically all the help he actually needs. I felt welcomed here. I felt like this is my second home, but apparently, you know, this isn't my second home. I only have one home. I actually enjoy being here, recording and editing all the shows for BPTV. That's when I actually tell the director in the beginning of November to say, hey, I think it would be a best idea if there was a gaming show here. So I showed him all the information about my own gaming show, and he said, go right ahead. And that right there is when Bethel Park Gaming was born. On November 16th, 2020 became the first episode of Bethel Park Gaming with me playing Super Mario Brothers. And having my own TV show then and now felt really good for me as a producer of Bethel Park. So a couple of people might be asking me, how do I record my own game footage and my own face cam? Well, that, my friends, I'm gonna show you right now. As my first face cam, this old-fashioned Panasonic AVC camera right here with the interchangeable lens. I love this thing so much that it's sadly retired here inside the studio itself. This was a very nice camera during that time. And then now, since it retires, now I'm actually moving on to this bigger camera, this bigger Panasonic right here. This is what I use today. There's a couple of advanced features on here like the manual zoom, the iris, and then the ND filter right here. This is a very good camera, and it is also an AVC camera. And then what about the game footage, you might ask me? Well, that, my friend, is right here with this here Elgato game capture card. As you can see here, there's an HDMI in and an HDMI out, along with a little USB cord right here so I can plug it into my PC and into the Elgato software where I record the game footage from here. Then the HDMI in connects to whatever system, like a Wii U, the Switch, or how about this, Nick's PC. We'll talk about that later because you're gonna like what Nick does for Bethel Park Gaming. Yeah, this thing is a piece of beauty right here. I love this thing so much, and I recorded most of the games off of here. And when I say most games, you're gonna find that out later. So a couple of you might be asking me, what kind of games do I use to play? Well, back when Bethel Park Gaming started, I actually was alone for at least the first 9 episodes. And I played the games like the old classic Super Mario Brothers, along with Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World, and Super Mario 64. So what happened after the 9th episode? The 10th episode was a new beginning for me, and that new beginning was a new guest for my show, and it was Nick, who actually is an intern at BPTV during that time. And I told him all about my gaming show and all that stuff, and he's actually very interested of being on the show with me. And that's when we played for the first time multiplayer in Mario Party 8. And then as the time moves on, I actually got a couple of new friends that I actually brought onto the show with me. The other 3 friends are Ethan, Colin, and Daniel. I really appreciate them for being part of the guests on Bethel Park Gaming. And here's a weird question: why did I stop playing Mario 64? Well, it turns out it is only a single player game, and it actually takes too long to get 70 stars in one recording. So the Super Mario 64 series for me is now done. Despite the fact that I only did 5 levels, and my other episode, I actually did a 16-star run, and that was a success. So that's the end of the road for Super Mario 64. So now that I told you about my special guest on the show, it comes to the time when, what games do we actually want to play? Well, that is when Ethan actually brought in Colin with him and actually did a first 3-player game in Mario Party 9. And that game was actually fun for all 3 of us to enjoy upon. As we go on, we go to like Super Mario 3D World. We actually did Super Mario Party. And there was Mario Golf that we somehow didn't enjoy because there was a few courses there and a few characters there. So back in the day when Mario Golf was released, it didn't have much mechanics in there besides story mode, which we didn't do story mode on. So we stopped playing Mario Golf after episode 38, despite the fact that, well, my guys actually didn't enjoy playing golf. And then there comes the challenges when we might have a video error or an audio error. And there comes a time when the face cam doesn't record at all. So what did I do to get the audio? So that's where I had the second camera, either which one of the 2, and then record the 3rd audio channel, because back in the day, I didn't have a 2-for-1 audio channel, so I had to stick with the 3 singles. And sometimes the audio can cut off too, like the other 2 audio channels were on that face camera, so in order for them to hear them, I would have to turn up my only audio cable that was actually attached to me right now. This is a lavalier. It's wired though, so it's connected to the aux cord on the camera right now. And then when it comes to episode 25, this is actually gonna surprise you. Episode 25 was the first episode that I recorded on my PC playing Friday Night Funkin'. So you might be thinking, how do I record Friday Night Funkin' with my only PC? Well, that, my friends, is when I have a second PC on me. So I have a not too old 2016 Acer laptop that I use for my personal things, like photos, music, etc. And then when I downloaded Friday Night Funkin' and then plug in the HDMI cord in the PC of my Elgato, it actually turned out to be a very good recording. And you see me in sunglasses along with a leather jacket is when we really go funkin'. And the times move on. There's actually lots and lots of Friday Night Funkin' mods that I actually want to try to do, but then my friends always like to come by and then we play these different Mario games, or non-Mario games to be exact. And that is when the next time I do Friday Night Funkin', I decided to stick with the one PC, but how do I record the gameplay footage? Well, that, my friends, is what OBS is here for. I got an OBS software recording system that allows me to record my PC screen, so I don't even have to worry about my second PC at all. And that is how episode 83 of Friday Night Funkin' the Origami King was recorded. And then Halloween comes around during 2021. We all decided to do Luigi's Mansion 3 because that game was excellent for Halloween. It was the best game of 2019 that we decided to play it on 2021. While Colin is being as Luigi for the first 2 episodes, and then the rest of the series, either me and Ethan gets to be as Gooigi, 1 episode at a time, or in parts of the game that we switch players around. And that is when we did the first ever Halloween series on Bethel Park Gaming, and how we do all 15 floors and bosses in Luigi's Mansion 3. We enjoyed it so much that we decided to wear costumes on episode 46, how I dressed myself as Jake Blues from the Blues Brothers. Ethan has a Cuphead mask, so he's Cuphead, and then Colin, he just wears a random hockey mask. I guess that counts as a costume. Why not, right? Why not? And then as time moved on, me, Nick, and Daniel did something very interesting in episode 52, and that was Rocket League. We done something that we haven't done before. I recorded my gameplay footage on the Switch, and then meanwhile, Nick decides to come in one day and actually has a plan in mind. he saves these replays from the 6 matches that we have done, and then we done angles from the ball, Nick, and then Daniel. And combining all those together made the episode very interesting that me and Nick actually loved that episode. As times move on, I actually done something interesting after episode 63 that I decided to do some Bethel Park Gaming shorts. I actually done Bethel Park Gaming shorts that I first started on YouTube right after episode 63. And it's posted twice a day at 9 a.m. and then 9 p.m. So you get a new Bethel Park Gaming short every 12 hours on my Bethel Park Gaming YouTube channel. Also in that time period, something else happened. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe actually has DLC Course Boosters Pass, and we all decided to play the first wave of the brand new 8 tracks that has been released on the Switch, and that's actually 1 of 6. That's right, that is 1 of 6 during that time. I was actually excited to show them the brand new courses in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that wasn't even in the Wii U at all. And by the time that all 6 waves are there, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will have a total of 96 tracks. That is right, I am not crazy. 96 tracks. And there are a couple of times at Bethel Park Gaming that we play the same games that some of the games we actually basically stopped. We also stopped playing Super Mario Party because the fact that it was actually way too short and only has 4 boards with very interesting mini games, but we didn't like how the game mechanic works during that game. So, no deal on Super Mario Party. We only dealt with Mario and Sonic Olympic games whenever the Olympics was happening. Just like in Japan 2021, Summer Olympics was happening, and then winter of 2022, Winter Olympics happened. So those games are used in these Olympic times, so we only play those during the Olympics. And then there's Paper Mario Color Splash, which I do believe the game is a little bit too long just because the amount of times a dialogue scene would happen and a bunch of different cutscenes in between. Not only that, but it's like an RPG game when you had to cover the spots with paint and then going around levels to collect the paint stars. That to me is like too long and too boring, and we decided to stop doing that. And then all of a sudden, I began to change. I decided to change to Bethel Park Gaming's intro. And actually, that was the best intro I actually ever made. Yeah, there were a couple of clips when me, Ethan, and Nick were in the show together, and a little bit of Daniel too, with Rocket League, Wii Sports, Family Feud, like all that good stuff. And especially with a little part of Friday Night Funkin' that I decided to insert in there. During the intro, I decided to actually make my own lyrics, like you just heard from the intro earlier. And then you see me cross-armed like this saying, "Welcome to Bethel Park Gaming." Like that was like a good intro. And then the Bethel Park Gaming logo, I decided to make it move to the beat. So I just made it all very special for me and to all of you Bethel Park gamers that like the show so much. After episode 81 was on YouTube, I decided to myself, how could I get more attention like you viewers? Well, that's when TikTok come into play. And then I decided to put my Bethel Park Gaming shorts on TikTok. So I just spent a couple of months uploading my Bethel Park Gaming shorts onto TikTok non-stop every day. So that was a little hard for me back in the day, but now I've come to the point when there's like 2 per day, or maybe I'm going away, didn't post anything, and then I come back and I insert this number of TikToks on there. So that is how Bethel Park Gaming on TikTok was born. And then I remember my first TikTok was on July 13th, 2022. And then all of a sudden, I actually made more changes. That is right, voice acting. I mentioned about Friday Night Funkin' the Origami King mod, which is actually my favorite mod in all of the Friday Night Funkin' universe. So I decided, do I really want to voice all those lines in the game itself? I said no. I decided to call a couple of friends and a family member with me to help me record the voice lines. So my first friend, Nick, became the narrator.
A small feeling that a friend is no longer with us suddenly hits boyfriend as he looks at the massive crater.
And then my second friend, Ethan, did the voices of Goomba.
Stop right there.
Shy Guy.
It appears we missed one. We will make sure you are treated.
And the color pencils.
What a pity. The cableways is out of order. You are not going anywhere before I get my revenge.
Then I call upon my third friend, Daniel, who actually did Hammer Bro.
Hey, we're there. Where do you think you're going?
Paratrooper.
This is where your path truly ends. Prepare to face our wrath.
And the best voice lines ever in there was Hole Punch.
Now that's what I'm talking about. You have really good taste in music, kid.
So then I've been thinking to myself, Boyfriend is actually speaking some beep boops inside during the dialogue. And then I decided to do Boyfriend myself. Beep bop, boo dop. I sounded so good during the voice acting that I decided to place it inside the episode itself. Beep, beep, skidap, bop, boop, ba, boo, beep, beep, boop, ba, da, boo, yeah. But then we come to a halt for a moment, as we need 2 more people to do the voice lines. Who are those 2 random people? Well, it was actually our friend who used to be a BPTV volunteer during the time. His name is Corey, and let me tell you, he has the perfect high-pitched voice to do all 5 of those toads in there.
Oh, hey there! You must be new! Luckily for you, you just ran into the greatest musician in town! Yeah, you! I saw you back there, giving those pesky golden dorks what they deserve! That's quite the accomplishment! Anyways, we'll have to get to that temple! Let's go! I'm dying to see what's inside! Onward! I'm sorry, dude! I don't understand you! Yeah! I can speak again! Yippee! Aha! Thank you!
And I decided to let him voice another character in there, and that other character is Rubber Band.
Want to know what works perfectly with that? Drama and action. Let me set the scene. I, a monster, have kidnapped you and your beloved, and you are forced to sing for your combined freedom.
And all of a sudden, you actually have 2 female characters during the dialogue itself, Olivia and Girlfriend. But there's no BPTV volunteer that is a female here. And that is when I decided to call my family member, who's actually my sister. So I text my sister one day and see if she wants to do a couple of voice lines with me. And that's how she voice acted Olivia and Girlfriend during that episode.
Oh? Hello there, traveler. My name's Olivia. Yeah, just as I expected. She's stapled, meaning she's stuck like this, possibly forever. Can you join us on our quest to take down my brother? He's the one responsible for all of this. You really showed them who's boss. That was awesome. Great work, Big Blue.
Episode 83 was like the best episode that I ever made because it's not only me, but also the other 5 friends, one of which my sister. Then all of a sudden, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Wave 2 of the DLC tracks was available, and I decided to text a couple of my friends to see who would like to be in the episode with me. Obviously, Ethan would love to do that, but then Nick and Daniel are kind of busy during that time because they have part-time jobs during them times. So who would I get? Well, it turns out I got Corey with us. And that is how Corey was introduced in episode 87 of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Wave 2 DLC tracks. And in this one particular episode, Nick actually brought up a brilliant idea for the show. He decided to do the unthinkable of putting an emulator in his PC so we could play Wii games, GameCube games, PlayStation games, whatever game you want to put in there. And that is when we decided to do MLB The Bigs 2, that we play baseball together. We had the best time playing that game. I loved it so much. But during that time, however, Halloween was just around the corner, at least a month from then. So I decided, for myself, to do the second Halloween series by myself. I decided to dress as Wario to play the Five Nights at Wario's franchise. And let me tell you, playing the games that I haven't played before was a great experience. Such a great experience that I actually recorded on my PC with the OBS feature. I loved it so much. And then when me and Ethan decides to do Mario Party 2's version of Horrorland, we decided to wear costumes as well, just because the characters in the game are actually wearing costumes. And that was actually our Halloween special during that time. And that was actually our Halloween episode during this year. And then speaking of the Wario costume, I mentioned to Yins about me going to an Erie Otters game before Halloween. It was October 29th, 2022, and inside Erie Insurance Arena when we faced the Windsor Spitfires, who somehow, unexpectedly, was undefeated. I was very shocked to notice that, when the Erie Otters were facing each other, we had a 2-0 deficit, but somehow gave a goal during the first period. So it was 2-1 Windsor in the first intermission, and we decided to get some food and drinks. But during that time, however, the second period started, and that unexpectedly got Windsor another goal, which is a 3-1 lead. All of a sudden, Erie decides to score. So it's a 3-2 Windsor game. We decided to come back in, enjoy our food and drinks until there was like below 5 minutes of the second period is when the place exploded. We managed to tie the game up 3-3, and then seconds afterwards, 4-3, and then seconds afterwards, 5-3 Erie Otters, and we lead the second intermission 5-3. All of a sudden, the place erupts and cheers for their team, and we cheered for them too. We, you might ask? Yes, I decided to have my dad, along with my aunt's boyfriend, dressed as Mario and Luigi, just because I was dressing up as Wario, and I figured that'll be cool just to wear costumes during the game. So my aunt's boyfriend decided to dress up as Mario, and my dad as Luigi, because they're actually really funny while they're wearing. So we cheer all of the third period. And then Erie decides to score 6-3. And then later on, later in the third, 7-3. But then during like the last minute of the third period, Windsor scores. There is nothing Windsor can do. They didn't even pull their goalie out so that they can get a couple more goals themselves. But that didn't even matter anyway. We won 7-4. And we gave Windsor the first regular season loss. And that was totally unexpected. I wasn't expecting to see Windsor came in and crushed us, but no, Erie crushes them. We had a fun time. There's like hundreds and thousands of people that recognized us wearing Mario, Luigi, and Wario costumes. When we came outside the door, everybody's honking like, we won, like a typical hockey game that was. That was a great experience. And here we are today, November 21st, 2022. I had a really good 2-year run with all my friends that play and watch the show. There are times when one person has to leave and the other person joins in. And who knows, you can actually join Bethel Park Gaming as well by coming over here at the BPTV studios on West Library Road. So as of today, I actually want to tally up the amount of views from YouTube and TikTok. And then the first one on YouTube is episode 84 of Cars Toon Mater Tall Tales Part 3 with over 350 views, surprisingly, for a 100 subscriber channel. And then for TikTok, this is actually surprising. For TikTok, it was actually my Bethel Park Gaming short number 436 when we discovered the creepy face on the wall. I think a bunch of yins liked that so much that Colin decides that it was Cartoon Cat. But I definitely like all the comments that you have placed down in TikTok. I like them all. I really like them all. So now here comes the future. That's right, I'm taking a long break. It was a lot of episodes to go 2 years. And I actually want to take a break and just relax. Enjoy Thanksgiving and enjoy Christmas. I should probably figure out how to get more people to be involved with the show. Maybe the residents of Bethel Park or the high schoolers or something in this area. But I'm gonna think about it during my long hiatus. So to those, happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. But do not worry, I will return in the beginning of 2023. I'll think about what game do we want to play in the beginning of 2023. But during that time, however, I'm not entirely sure about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's third wave of the DLC tracks. It says holiday of 2022, but I'm gonna assume it's around Christmas, that we get to play all 8 different tracks and then do another battle mode with, I guess, me and Ethan or somebody else, but I would just have to see. So to those who've made it to the end of this video, thank you for being a fan of Bethel Park Gaming. It really means a lot to me, and it really means for the BPTV studios right here in Bethel Park. I really have a fun time over here, along with my own TV show here, for over 2 years now. I wouldn't have this show if I helped the director here. He really needed some help, and I was here for him. So to you, Dave Cable, you're welcome. And thank you for giving me an opportunity to have a TV show right here in Bethel Park. And I would like to thank you, yes you, to all of my Bethel Park gamers that watch this show. Thank you all for watching this episode of Bethel Park Gaming. Make sure you like and friend me on Bethel Park Gaming's Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Do not forget to subscribe to BPTV's and Bethel Park Gaming's YouTube page. Until next time, we'll be back with a brand new episode of Bethel Park Gaming. Thank you all so much for the wonderful 2 years and 100 episodes and counting. Keep gaming, y'all.
Yes!
We need the one.
Oh, that is it!
You are done for now.
Oh my god! Oh my god! He's glitching! Oh, you got Mario! You got Mario!
I'm Pirate Mario.
Come on! Do they speak English in what?
Moms?
Oh my god!
I ate too many burritos for lunch!
We can go!
Looks like a costume party. I'll be back!
How do you have 22?
Whoa, good job. Let's go!
How did I live? My biggest weakness, math!
Oh boy!
Who is this guy?
Oh! Toy Story!
What does that mean?
Whoa.
Welcome to Nom, boys! That's for the last time, you bloody chain jump!
It's mean time.
Whoa!
Nope.
Flap the wings, Birdie!
Have fun, Sonny. I'm not getting in that thing!
Oh my god!
Here he comes.
Oh! Luigi, what's up?
It's the cheese.
Boy!
Speed!
YOLO! I'm wet!
You know, if you...
What are you doing in my swamp? The Snickers! What we're gonna do is...
Cancer in our favorite
Now-
Your heart.
Peter Reedy, being a pirate is all I can see!
I don't believe it. I did it again.
Scooby, Scooby-Doo!
Gotta go faster. Everybody up.
Escort President Toad.
Please let me through.
37 points.
The Luigi Copter! 60 points. It's ours, my friends. Come on! You want a piece of me? Oh my god!
Choo-choo!
No, back through the pipe. Back through the pipe. Why?
You're coming with me.
Banana bread! I'm sitting right next to him. We had 99 lives. Now we're down to 59. We didn't have to jump.
Oh, hell no. I'm out of here.
Oh, yeah. I've always been wanting to take one of these bungee jumping. Whee!
3.
Out of the way, Waluigi. I don't want to go back to Brazil.
No way!
Your mother.
Nope.
Oh!
Powdered toast man. Powdered toast man.
Powdered toast man.
Well, farewell, you insufferable rat.
That's not.
No, it's not. There's more coming. You shall misbehave.
Wait,
With our
Wait a
powers,
minute.
we might be
Wait
taken
a
down.
minute.
It's all right. No.
Ow. Our arms are broken. Our arms are broken. Scoreboard. Ah, right in the beard. We got blah 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 yourself.
I do not say blah blah blah.
Yeah, 6 a.m. baby.
I ain't too worried about it.
Oh,
I don't believe it!
my
I
God.
don't believe it!
Oh my
I don't
God.
believe it!
Oh, whoops. Pardon me.
Pardon me.